Welcome to today's show where I'm going to be talking about the new Hogwarts Express from the Harry Potter Wizarding World. And if it seems like you've seen this train before, it's because this is the 5th time LEGO has released a LEGO Hogwarts Express. I really like that they've reintroduced the set. I have one back from 2004. I have the really great one from 2010, but we'll get to that in a bit. So in this review, first we're going to talk about this train, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, go over some stats, then we'll get to that comparison. Is this the best LEGO Hogwarts Express that LEGO has ever done? And then lastly, is this going to be a good collectible? Is it going to hold its value? Is it going to increase in value? Let's look at some history to see if we can get any clues. But first, let's take a look at this train. Let's zoom on in. You can see you get this nice station, you get this nice Hogwarts Express with a engine, a tender, and a single train car. And it comes with this great station. Let me slide this away, and then you can see the minifigures that you get. You get Lupin, and you get Ron, and you get Hermione, and you get Harry, a trolley witch, and of course a Dementor. Now the best thing about this set, the best thing that I like about this set is the train station. It is the LEGO train is really nicely well proportioned. I really like the train car. Some of the things that I don't like about this set is that these connectors are new connectors and they're just a Technic pin with a lift arm, and they're not nearly as easy to use as the magnetic connectors that have come on trains in the past. It's hard for little fingers to have the dexterity. It's hard for big fingers to get in there and click it together. The other thing that I don't like is it doesn't come with any train track. So you're going to have to find your own train track. And just on a quick aside, if you're looking for train track, I thought, oh, let's go to BrickLink. Let's buy some more straight train track because we always seem to want more straight. Well, it turns out they're $1.50 to $2 a piece for straight train track. So instead, you want to get the new train track pack that LEGO has out. You get 8 straight tracks, you get a couple curves, you get a couple fluxes. That's by far your best way for 20 bucks to go ahead and get your train track. And of course I do like the minifigures. They are the short-legged minifigures. Lots of them have dual faces. And I actually prefer the longer leg, bendable leg minifigures, but here you have the short ones that come in the set. And of course you get the 9 3/4 platform, which is sort of hard to squeeze through because it's really tight in there. But one of the good things is that it just comes with an extra 1x6 plate right here, so it will be easy to attach on and extend and make that train station as long as you want. So that will be very useful. And let's just take now a quick peek from above. What does it look like on the inside of this train? All right, now we can see it from above. Let's go ahead and take the tops off of the train car, and let's open up the tender. Let's go ahead and pop the top off of this. Now you can see inside, yes, it's really tight. It's sort of, LEGO has restricted the size that we can make some of this stuff because of the scale of their train tracks. So of course, train tracks are always long and skinny. Train cars are always long and skinny. And you can see the figures can stand up in their seats. They cannot sit down. And I sort of have this backwards, but they do make this wall removable, which is very handy because otherwise the trolley witch cannot sell them any goodies. But because there's a stud there, you can open that up and have the trolley witch sell stuff, and you can slip her right in there if she is not selling. So they did try and do the best they could with the limited width that you can get in the train car here. So let's go ahead and stick that back on. The tender is sort of short. If you were thinking of motorizing this, this is too short to fit a battery box in. In fact, if you are going to motorize it, go ahead and look at the Jane Brick's video of motorizing this set, and he does an incredible explanation. Yes, it is possible to do. So there you go. There was it from above. And again, to summarize, the best parts about this set, I really do like the train. I really do like the train station. I do like the figures. I don't like that it doesn't come with track. I don't like that it doesn't have the magnetic connectors. And let's go ahead and look at the stats. How much does this cost? Is it a good value? So let's go ahead and throw that up there. You can see it costs $80 in the United States. It's more expensive many places in the world. If you go by those exchange rates, it's cheaper in Canada. That just seems to be what these licensed Harry Potter and Star Wars sets do. Can't explain it. It's just the way it is. It has 801 pieces. It's the most pieces ever for a LEGO Hogwarts Express, and it weighs 2.9 pounds, which gives it a weight ratio of $28 per pound, which actually is pretty good for a licensed set. It's pretty good in general. So you get a lot of stuff for your money here for 80 bucks. The box size is 0.43 cubic feet, and it's a long, skinny box that's hard to ship. In fact, it seems to be the standard train size box. Just seems to be this long, skinny box. And that's what you get with this set, is another long, skinny box. Right? There you go, long, skinny box. And it has a dollar density of $187 per cubic foot, which means it's a set that is a big box for not very much money, which if you're looking for value, may be good, but if you're looking to store it on your shelf, is maybe not so good. Because here, for example, in these architecture sets, I have about $1,000 retail right in this little area. If I were going to put the Hogwarts Express up there, I could probably only fit 3 or 4 of them, so it's about $300 retail fits in that same spot as $1,000 of architecture. So that's why they talk about that dollar density. If you're buying more than one, it is not very efficient to store this set. It's really expensive. And I expect it to retire in 2020. Why do I think it's going to last that long? That'd be 2.5 years out. Well, let's take a quick peek at what happened in the 2010-2011 Harry Potter sets. Throw that up there. And it's not uncommon for lots of these licensed sets, especially in the United States. In fact, lots of sets, they all retire towards the end of the year. So here we are in July, August, and 1 year out is approximately 1.5 years. Maybe that's not quite enough. Maybe that's a little short for many sets. I expect it to go 2.5 years out. You can see the last time Harry Potter was released, some of the sets retired within about a year, and some went a whole nother calendar cycle for 2 years. I think this is going to be popular enough that it will last for 2.5 years, even though you can see the last Hogwarts Express did not. The one wild card in all this is that the Wizarding World movies are going to go on for till 2024. That's a long time of movies. That's a lot of movies. Holy smokes. And theoretically, the LEGO license is going to go on that long too. So there will be time for lots of the sets to be released, maybe even re-releasing sets that are released right now, because this license could go on for another 5, 6, 7, 8 years. All right, once the whole set is built and I weighed it, it came in at 1.86 pounds, giving an average piece size of 1.05 grams, which is the same as a 1x6 plate. All right, one of these, not so bad. It's a pretty big piece size. So overall, you get big pieces. It's not very expensive for what you get. A good value, especially in the United States. You can already be getting this for less than $70. In store at Walmart, they're at $69. I expect this to be between $60 and $70 most of its life out there. Even in the other countries where it's more expensive, I'm sure it's going to go on sale. I'm sure it's going to be 20% off. Overall, it is a really good value. All right, but is it the best LEGO Harry Potter train set that there has ever been? Well, that is going to be up for debate. Let's go through a couple to show you where they've come from and where they have ended up. Now, the LEGO Harry Potter license started back in 2001, almost as old as the LEGO Star Wars license. So a very, very long time ago. And one of the first things they released when they did that was a Hogwarts Express. Now, I don't have the 2001 Hogwarts Express, but I do have the 2004 Hogwarts Express, which you can see right there. And we can even take a quick peek from above. And especially from above now, you can see the difference between all the studs that are showing and now the new curved pieces that are showing. Now, the other thing that came out in 2004 was the motorized Hogwarts Express, and that is very similar to this one. It just had the tender in there. It was a very similar build. Now, also with the 2004 set, you get these guys. You get a little station, Hogsmeade, and you get the characters, and with another and a Dementor here. So there you go for your 2004 set. Now, I would say the new 2018 set is better than that, but there was another one, and that was in 2010. So let me have that one motor on in. All right, here it comes. All right, there you go. There's the 2010 Hogwarts Express, and you can see, especially let's take a peek from above again, just so you can get an idea. You can see it's longer. The engine is about the same. The engine has a longer tender. All right. So here you can get an idea of the 2004, the 2010, and the 2018 sets. Now, what else comes with this 2010 set? Well, you can see the characters that you get, especially the Luna there. You get the owls. You also get the car, and you also get a Trolley Witch cart without the Trolley Witch, and you also get the ever elusive invisibility cape. Where did he go? So you get a lot of good stuff with that. Overall, I would say the train, the bigger tender, I like the long-legged figures, the variety of figures that you get from this with Jenny and with Luna and Malfoy, is that I like the 2010 train better. What's better about the 2018 train? I like the station much better in the 2018 one, but I actually do like the train better from the 2010 version. Now let's just take a quick peek at all those trains used. Let me throw the values up there. You can see that it's really nice to see when a Lego set holds its value, because that means you can play with it, you can have it, you can open it, and then you can sell it and you can get your money back. I think that is the perfect playset, the perfect collectible, if you can at least do that. Of course, you can see why I don't have a motorized Hogwarts Express there in 2004, because they are really expensive and actually really hard to find, so that price fluctuates an awful lot. So a 2010 one is going to set you back about $120. So it's more expensive to get that used 2010 one than to buy a brand new Hogwarts Express. So maybe you'll go for the brand new one and be perfectly satisfied with that. If you ever have the chance to pick up a 2010, I think it would be a good way to go. I actually like the yellow stripe on that one too. So there you go, a comparison between all these. Now, could Lego do better, right? I know from my point of view, from a lot of people's point of view, yes, you're restricted by this size of the track, but can you make a better train? Can you make a bigger train? Can maybe you make a train with more than one passenger car? Well, Lego never makes a train with more than one passenger car. You have to do that on your own, but can you make a better train? Well, it turns out you can make a better train. So let me go ahead and have this one come in. This is the Emerald Knight train, and it's big. And so you can see this engine. Look how long and big this engine, even though it's on the same track. It has this big, nice, elegant scale. Look how much bigger you can make that engine. Look how big you can make your tender. Look how nice and big you can make your train car. It still only comes with one train car. But there is enough time in the license of this Harry Potter line that maybe they could make a big $150 Hogwarts Express. Really make it and do it really big and nice. I think everyone would love, love, love that. I think that would be cool. So yes, Lego could do better. They've done very good with what they have already. And the question is now, are you a collector? Are you an investor? Are you going to buy more than one? Is it worth it? Well, let me put up that 2010, 2011 sets again. Let's put those up. And you can see that some had a very short availability, some had a very long availability. How did that affect their value over time? Well, I'll overlay there the percentage increase. And of course, the little sets are going to have a much better percentage increase than some of the bigger sets. So Freeing Dobby and is going to do really well. The Quidditch match, look how well the Quidditch match did. Even though Freeing Dobby was only available for a year and a half, the Quidditch match available for 2.5 years, or a little over 2 years. You can see that that length of availability didn't really matter. Now, maybe it's far enough back that there just aren't many new sets out there, so that availability isn't that different, because you could still produce 1 million sets in 14 months and produce 1 million sets in 26 months, but they could sell out at different rates. So I don't know if I'd worry too much about availability, because even something that's not available very long is still going to have a lot of sets printed. Lego makes a lot of sets, so demand is really going to be your key. Finding them at a good price is going to be a key, like always. But you can see those old sets, they all have done really well. Now, again, the wild card for this is going to be how many sets are they going to re-release. In 2024, will there be a replacement for this Hogwarts Express? I bet they'll have done another one by then. So it's hard to really know. Your timing is going to be key. Just it's going to become sort of like Star Wars. Re-release, re-release, re-release is what I expect. Now, in this first wave, they did a lot of Harry Potter, just a couple Wizarding World, a couple Newt Scamander Will they transition into more Newt Scamander? I think they'll do a hybrid like they do with Star Wars. Some of the new movies and a lot of the old movies, because a lot of the old movies are what the more grown-up, older collectors really want to buy. But these new movies may be getting the young kids interested in that old stuff too, and that may help some of the collectibles that will help sell some of the old Harry Potter stuff as well. So overall, Harry Potter set, this Hogwarts Express, a really good deal, a really good one to buy. I think plenty of time to buy it, no worries there. And yes, I think it's probably worth buying more than one, even if you just buy one or two, to trade with someone later on for someone who didn't get this Hogwarts Express and maybe has something you want. That I think is a really fun way to go about this, just to buy a couple, just like you used to do with comic books back in the 80s and 90s, right? Buy one to read, buy one to keep in plastic, buy one maybe to sell, and that's how you start growing your collection. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and until next time, Lego on.